Happy Friday. Here's my Friday fit tip for you. I've been getting asked so much lately, is this diet the best diet? Or is this diet really good for me? Or are these foods good for me? And I want to emphasize this. There's no such thing as one diet that's good for everybody. We're all different. We have different microbiome, different genetics. So there's no such thing. Now there are diets that work for the majority of people. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. But there's no diet that works for everybody. And there are a lot of diets out there that are good for you in the very beginning for a little while, especially if you've been eating a lot of processed foods and sugars and stuff like that. So they're good for you in the beginning and really healthy, but over time they cause a lot of anxiety, stress, inflammation, toxicity in the body. So you have to be careful with diets. What I want to emphasize to you in my first fit tip is try the mindful diet. Try your own personal mindful diet. And what does that look like? For me, the first 60 to 90 seconds before a meal should be prayer, contemplation, diaphragmatic breathing. Just be present. You want to be present with your meal and your food, because if you're thinking about the future, what's that wired to? Anxiety, right? We're wired for that. From the dawn of time, we think about anxiety. That's what kept us alive when we think about what's ahead of us. Saber-tooth tiger, rival clan, bills, right? Anything else that's in the future usually causes anxiety. When we think about the past, it leans us towards depression because we think about the mistakes we made, or we think about how good things were, but they're not as great anymore. So I want you to really be present when you're eating. When you're eating your meal, pay attention to the sensations, the taste, the textures. Is it a positive experience throughout the whole meal? Not just the first dopamine, those first few bites, the pleasure. I'm talking as a whole meal nourishing and giving you positive energy. And at the end of the meal, ask yourself these three questions. Do I feel bloated, or do I feel normally satiated? Do I feel good? The second one you want to ask for is, do I feel mentally clear or mentally foggy? And that's another big question to ask yourself. And then three, do I feel more energetic or do I feel less energetic? Because that's what food's supposed to do. Get us satiated, give us mental energy and physical energy. And if you have those three things, then you know those foods are good for you. Now certain foods may be good for smaller portions, I don't know, but you have to explore. And that's what I mean by the mindful diet. Just be mindful and be really present when you're eating. And I promise you, you'll know what works best for you. Now, if you like this information, put your email down or private message me with your email, because I got a new newsletter coming out, a new podcast coming out, and I really want to share all this information with you guys because I think there's so much misinformation out there, and I think I could help a lot of people. So many blessings, happy Friday, and try mindful eating for a day. See what happens.